you know.
And welcome back to the Underdog Jets podcast. We are here Tuesday night, late notice, so I think people will be coming in a little bit later than usual. But regardless, Aaron Rodgers today, I was there at OTAs. And listen, it's OTAs, it's 7-on-7, it's positionals, but I'll tell you, Wayne, any Jets fan worried about Wayne Chrebet declining? Getting injured is one thing, but declining, that's not going to happen.
No, he showed he could last this long in the league. Pretty much stay healthy except for last year. So you were there. Everything I saw on social media and everything else, it's just the best clips. But you were there, and he looked good the whole practice.
He did.
Yeah.
It's I know a lot of guys put the stats together. I think it was like 15 of 17 or something like that.
Right.
It's great offensive coaches have said it in the past. I think Bill Walsh once said it in 7-on-7. I know I have a great quarterback when the ball never touches the ground, basically.
Yeah.
And they went teams a little bit today, but it's not real teams. They were in shorts. So, it's basically 7-on-7 with guys in front of him. And he hit everyone, dude.
Yeah, you would think is no, it's 7-on-7, scale, no pressure. But what people don't understand is the DBs know it's definitely a pass. There's no risk of run, no eyes in the backfield. So they have that completion percentage. He should have, but yeah, like you said, he looks really good out there. And some of the new faces look good. The old vets at the line, Tyron Smith looks great, and the new receiver now is Corley is 17 this year.
17, and Garrett switched to 5.
All right, so I'm looking at film and I'm like, wow, Garrett looks like he put some size on him.
He's looking bulky out there.
Yeah. Go ahead. How did he look?
So Garrett, the crazy thing with Garrett is he and Rodgers, they think alike, and him playing the slot, it's a slot guy. If you're a quarterback, you want your slot guy to be on the same page as you mentally.
Right.
And man, Garrett Wilson, there was a play, 2 plays with Garrett Wilson stand out. One early one in teams where it was against a certain zone, and he just found the dead area and sat right in the middle of the field, the dead area. It was perfect. I mean, it was decent coverage, and still you couldn't stop him. So he caught that one, nice rack opportunity to run for a first down. And then one in red zone, it was Rodgers, and this is why I think Jets fans have nothing to worry about with Rodgers. It's all between the ears. Like, he takes the snap. I think it's at the 5-yard line. He's looking left, looking left, looking left. He draws with his eyes and his body technique, draws the entire defense to flow one way, knows he has Garrett Wilson coming against the grain on a little in cut at the goal line with Mosley draped all over him, fires it in there, inside, low, safe, only where Garrett could get it, and gets it done. So it's great coverage, but it's just better quarterback play and a better catch.
Yeah, can you hear the chicken frying in there, or you can't hear it?
No, Garrett.
All right. So, here's the thing about being in the slot. What me and Vinny, me, Chad work the most is that nonverbal communication. You're the closest receiver to the quarterback. It gives you a chance to freelance a little and, see if you see the same looks pre-snap. So you get that kind of like continuity, between Rodgers and Wilson. It's just going to make him that much better as far as sight adjustments or even, if there's a blitzer, if you're a hot route. And like I said, some people don't have that, but when you get that connection, you can make a lot of plays, especially in close quarters like that on the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and so that's what I mean when, if you're listening right now, Jets fans, don't worry about Rodgers in terms of a declining type worry. If he lost anything off his fastball, it's so little that there's nothing to worry about because he has it between the ears. He has it pre-snap. He knows where the ball's going. The injury stuff, sure. But, today, and I know it's early, but it was really promising. Like, I'll try to show some tweets and clips and just videos of Rodgers and the quarterbacks going here at OTAs where it felt like it was 150 degrees out today. My goodness.
Yeah, he's it's just nice. He take his time getting everything back. You know what I mean? That grass looks nice, man. I'm gonna have to get out there.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
I just want to comment in looking at the chat.
Mhm.
York Jets talk. What's up, Wayne and Robbie? Okay, Simon, how's it going? Sneakers to boots says we're two of the best. Appreciate it. Billy SBC says Wayne Chrebet, capital THE, toughest wide receiver in Jets history.
Mhm.
Matthias Simon, are you comfortable with the wide receiver room as it is? Yeah, I'm comfortable with it now, being deep, 5 deep. If you count in Gibson and then the Charles guy, and the thing is, like, I know, we got these players. We got Mike Williams. We got the linemen.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is, you look at the linemen, and you're adding starters, right? Moses and Tyron and the other kid. But we're getting Vera Tucker back. So that's kind of like getting a really good free agent.
Yep.
Now, in the receiver room, it's almost, I'm not going to say it's like Lazard was hurt, but he was a no-show last year, right?
Yep.
And I think he's Marcus Rodgers. So he's almost like another addition.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm very comfortable with the wide receiver room.
Yep. And Gibson, folks, going into your second year after a rookie, that's a big deal. Like, that's a big jump. That's a possible huge jump for Gibson.
Yeah. Someone said, but Billy has Corley has a little of that Wayne Chrebet pop to.
There he is. Yes.
Sure. Here's the thing about Corley. He looks great. You look at his film, and he's going to look good out there, running routes and doing drills. But you're not going to see how special Corley is until they put the pads on.
Yes.
And we're actually not just wrapping up, like they do thud in practice, but like they have to take him to the ground. Then you're going to see how special he can be, because he's got that dog in him, that run after catch, man. He's something.
That's a good point, because, in training camp, when it's not live, but it's as live as it can get, it's thumping, and you won't get to see Corley breaking the tackle because it's not live.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You're right. When it not until week 1 will you truly know how good that guy is.
Yeah. Listen, I told people, if it is now how it was in 95, it's tough. If you're the kid that could, catching break tackles and catching trap, all that stuff, you don't get to show that as much as I call them the underwear Olympics. Is when it's shorts and t-shirts. Anybody can do that stuff. Someone said something interesting. They got 3 games in the first 11 days.
Yes.
And then we're going to London. Listen, they schedule didn't do us any favors, man. They put us in a bind, especially starting off on the West Coast.
Yeah, and how about their first home game being on Thursday night?
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing to me. I'll bring up the schedule real quick. And by the way, get your questions in. It's not going to be the longest show tonight, so fire away with those questions. I can't remember the last time the home game, the home opener, wasn't a Sunday or a Monday night, a Thursday. That's crazy to me.
And the first game is a Monday night at San Fran?
Yeah. Monday night. Well, here's the preseason: Washington, Carolina, New York,
6
Giants.
primetime games. 6 primetime games. That's crazy.
Yeah, 6, man. Niners prime, and you know what's funny? Those sneaky bastards at the NFL. The 6 primetime games are all in the beginning part of the schedule, because they didn't want to get burned like last year. If something went wrong, they'd have the Jets on the back end. So they loaded them up with all primetime games in the first half of the schedule.
Yeah. They said someone came out and said the Jets owe us.
Yes.
Come on, man. Listen, if they get through that stretch, unscathed and with a good start, they're going to be rolling off of that.
Yep. San Fran, then Tennessee. See, weeks 2 to 4, even 5 in London.
Yeah.
It's not bad right there. At Tennessee versus New England versus Denver at Mini, but that's a neutral zone, neutral site, really. It's a London game, so not bad.
There's no gimmies, but you used to look in New England and be like, all right, if we could split home and away, New England should be 2-0 every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Minnesota's young. There's wins out there that you should be able to put in the books. Billy Richard Valenti, talking about Brownlee looking good in OTAs. So Brownlee's another kid.
They
who
like
can
Brownlee.
add in. If Brownlee shows up, big body and stuff like that, maybe Lazard is a cap.
I'll tell you what, the only two guys, they have 7 guys right now. It's Garrett, Corley, Lazard, Mike Williams, Gibson, Brownlee, and Irv Charles. The only 2 guys I could see being in danger are Lazard and Brownlee. Irv Charles isn't going anywhere. He's a special teamer.
You make $10 million less than the other guy.
Yes.
You can do other stuff. You're going to be there.
And by the way, Irv Charles made a nice 60-yard bomb on the 9 route from Tyrod Taylor today. Gibson had a great catch from Rodgers. And Corley, I saw Corley had a nice big chunk from Tyrod as well, running with the second unit. With Mike Williams not cleared yet, I kind of see Corley getting a bump up into like a more traditional role, and then Gibson taking that X Factor motion type role,
More opportunities for the young guys. And you think about it, you need legs. You need lots of legs in practice, filling the lines and taking reps. Looks like a new one. Great to catch you live. Love the show from AC. Thanks for joining in. Scott Foster, man, I would love to see 80 catching some balls from 8. I was out there last year, man. He just doing pat and go. He's got some zip on the ball. Steve, how shocked should we be if they actually cut Lazard, considering the contract and their money? I don't know.
Let's
how
see.
That would go over with Rodgers.
I think at this point, Rodgers is on board for whatever they do.
Yeah.
Number one, they got to get through the summer healthy. If one of the receivers goes down, it's a moot point.
Another question was, you go think O-line is a question mark as well as far as the health is concerned. I'm very pleased with the offensive line.
Yeah, me too.
They're deep. Starters look good. The depth is good. Backups look good. So I don't put that too high. And then they got the new draft pick. So I think the safety position, I don't know, was set on special. I don't know. I mean, and someone asked here what I thought about the backup quarterback situation. I love Tyrod Taylor. If we had him last year, we'd make the playoffs for sure. So I'm very comfortable with him. And then Travis from Florida State learning. So I like the quarterback room a lot.
Yeah, Tyrod, he's a professional backup, and the NBA, for example, is more of a role league where you got to know your role, but the NFL's like that too in certain spots, and backup quarterback is that, and he knows exactly what he is. Lazard, it would be a tough cut. I think if they were to ever see, the problem is, I think if they were to cut him, they'd have to do it before June 1st financially, and I don't think they'll be able to do that because they have to go into the summer with bodies. So I don't anticipate Lazard being gone.
No, this Mark Sanchez is it just said again, thoughts on QB2. Rodgers obviously mentally ready. How much trouble are we in if he unfortunately unable? Like I said, we're not in trouble like last year. I know it's a step down. Rodgers is a Hall of Famer, but in practice and in preseason, the reps with Tyrod Taylor, a smart guy, he can audible. I mean, last year you got Zach in there. He doesn't know what's going on. So if you're in there with Zach instead of Aaron, it's a big drop off on his progression, on this and that. But when you got a vet like Tyrod, how they're going to run practice and call the plays and the confidence he's going to put in the receivers is what you need.
It's big.
A 10-year vet like that. So QB2, we're set.
Yeah, like as you know, Wayne, the quarterback's play, even in practice, it sets the ceiling for everyone else in terms of development.
Yeah. AC again. Here, I'm expecting a jump from Rucker. I saw Rucker at the draft day party at the stadium, just talking to him. He's excited about the opportunity. And he looked good. Smart kid. I'm just happy to be out there, and I just think that they got him for a reason. I think we're going to see it
Yeah.
this year.
I didn't see much from the tight ends today. I did see one thing. Yeboah had a nice play.
Yeah,
And Kuntz, Rodgers was coaching up Kuntz on one after one play, and it was obvious. Like he was really coaching him up.
yeah. Listen, there's a good mix right now of veterans and young guys. And I was looking as far as the young guys, rankings. I mean, it was kind of like fantasy. They got
Mhm.
Brees number 2 behind McCaffrey. And I'm
Okay.
looking at the list of the top 20. It's fantasy, but
Yep.
it's real life stuff too. I can't think of many running backs I'd rather have than McCaffrey, Brees, maybe one or two other guys. And it's the
Yeah.
same thing
Yeah. And
at receiver.
they become unreliable too, running
Yeah.
backs.
So I feel the same way at receiver with Garrett. I feel the same way with Rodgers. I feel certain with Sauce and Quinnen and Mosley, and I feel the same way with the best punter and best kicker. I mean,
Yes.
on paper, health is the thing. On paper, man, they look really
Scary.
good.
And Wayne with Brees, think about it. His rookie year, he got hurt, right? So you're worried about his health in the future. Last year, if there was ever a year to get hurt, it would be last year with the
Who's that?
O-line mess and no quarterback, and
Oh
yet
yeah,
he makes it through easily.
yeah, yeah. So
So it's like both extremes with him. Like he's reliable.
it's not going to happen. But they said Justin Jefferson was in the complex, not
Yeah,
moving. But I
yeah,
mean, I think his dad's an assistant or whatever. He was in the area, and I just said to Cade, my son, I was like, "Could you imagine if they just said we're going all out this year? We'll give picks number 1 to get Jefferson
oh,
because he might not."
God. Jets
And then
fans
I'm
would
like,
have conniptions.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I want to like talk that into truth, but
Existence. Yeah,
yeah,
that
I
would
was
be
like, I just was thinking like something like that or one big move. I was like, obviously, health is the biggest thing for teams that win. I was like, man, they they look good now, man. If they pick someone off waivers or something like that after a cut after training camp, they're not too
and
many pieces away.
like the best surprises are the ones that just come out of nowhere. The best
Yeah,
trades are the ones that are just like, "What?
yeah.
Where'd this come from? No one was talking about this."
Um,
Oh, look at this. Condolences for our Knicks. Eagle Fang says, Robbie, sorry about the Knicks. Yeah, what can you do, man? They were
listen, yeah, I
they let
can't
it all
say.
they left it all on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, Brunson broke his hand. I mean, they did this without Randall, which it could have been better or worse, but they had
Yeah.
a hell of a year.
Yeah.
You could call them overachievers, call them this and that, but they got a good future, a good young core, and who's their target? Is it Devin Booker? Is it Donovan Mitchell? I mean, these young guys showed up, so I think it's the start of something special.
There we go, Wayne. You ready to coach?
Yeah, my
We
kids
need
like
Billy
football league.
SBC. We need Wayne for receiver coach, Mangle for O-line coach.
Oh man, I told Amy last night. I said, I almost choked up. I was like, I'm gonna be so jealous when they win this second Super Bowl finally, and I'm not a part of it.
Mm.
Seriously, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like,
You'll be a part of it, but on
yeah,
the peripheral, like
yeah,
you'll be a part of it for sure. Just
yeah.
you know,
Uh, Listen, I wear my Jet stuff now. I never wore it like when I played it, in public or this and that. Like not wearing Jet. Now I wear it like I'm proud as can be. Like
yeah,
I'm proud of my Jets, but you know, I'm gonna be wearing my jersey around now in the mall and the movies if they win.
yeah. Which jersey? The new uniforms, of course.
Nah, the old ones,
Which old ones? The white helmet ones or the
the
green
green.
helmet? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Um. All right. More comments, and we'll get out of here. Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah,
While you're
safety.
waiting, remember iTunes or now it's
Yeah,
called the Apple Podcasts or something. Rate and review, share this video, all that good stuff. Use discount code 80 at Jets X Factor 2. I just put up a story about OTAs today.
yeah,
Um, it's an article for everybody, but that last section is a member only section. Has some good stuff about Rodgers and why you shouldn't worry.
Yeah. It's funny. It's I always look at emojis, and where is it? Scott Foster. It says muscle, airplane. It looks like engagement ring because we're talking about the ring. So it's funny, like what you can interpret it as.
Yeah, emojis are a whole nother language. Like
Yeah,
I feel old for emojis.
yeah. So yeah, well, it's good to get a quick one, even though it's 20 minutes. But yeah, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be more a part this year. I'm gonna start writing some articles from the
Yes.
player's point of view, and
You wrote a
slash
couple. You did a couple years ago. I remember that.
yeah. So if you want some player, or a past player, past teammate, past anything to write an article on, we will take requests and ideas, and certainly I could start writing articles about that stuff.
Yeah, we'll get that done. Yeah, for all listening, you'll be seeing both of us a lot more. Me too, because I was working double duty until about a month ago, and now that the new site's up, it's full steam ahead.
Yeah.
Are you guys still looking for writers? Hey, always, always. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You can contribute once a month, once a day. Go to the site and go in the menu and find the contact or the careers option and just submit an application.
All right. Sounds good, man. We'll get back to it next week with another update.
Yep. OTAs. I think OTAs are still ongoing, but I think the next media one is next week. So we'll catch you guys later.